as we're coming in allocated positions on UFO division level systems, I don't know if you guys know this, but the atmospheres are changing through galaxy location centers. There's a clearing call going out right now through universal connection, and it's going through a force wind cycle. So you're going to everybody's been seeing a lot of UFOs, a lot of spaceships and all that. You're going to see a lot more. Okay, so be prepared for that. There's a lot going on right now. Everything through the ground formations, everything through its connection when it comes to the Schumann resonance, everything through line communication of balance is coming into fourth winding cycles. We set up the energy domes. We corrected all divisions of the matrix. Matrix is set up through 2.0. So actually it's coming into 4.0. So it's high winding its forces. The vibrational panels are high rising its divisions. We're coming out of the Matrix 2.0 divisional level system. The portal activations are changing everything through the sun interface and everything through force recognitions. You're going to see a lot more spaceships coming in, a lot more UFOs. All country systems are set up to coordinates. Split into the divisional level system, the dimensional earth system. The portal activations of the sun interface is going to all location centers. So be prepared for that. There's going to be a lot of land force communications of all interforces of UFOs, XT1000s, 3000, 6000, GL7, GL6, GL7, 3600, 46,322. There's going to be over so many galaxy locations of portals opening up. And all the satellite dishes are coming into one frequency level through one location and one vibration panel activation code system. That is going to connect to the UFO divisions. So we're going into cyberspace connection. I'm taking the force team to the commanding center of UFO connection. So this is the manufacturing where everything is done. So you're going to see a lot of intelligence. You're going to see a lot of UFOs. You're going to see everything that goes in and out of the sun interface. I've already set the coordinates, just ready to rendezvous and teleport transformation systems, communication line signals to all communications of intelligence. So hope everybody's doing well. Feel free to subscribe, like, and share. Anybody wants to go through my email, PayPal's donations, Larky. I just did a mini scan. You're okay through division. Your locations are off, but you're okay. Welcome to my channel. Feel free to ask questions about the cyber Space Force team. They can help you out. If you want to understand more of what's going on with space, I also go through the galactic circle of meditation. That helps out a lot more through human vibrational system. So I set the course when it comes to cyberspace force team, and then I do another video on the galactic circle. So other than that, you can go through my emails, PayPal donations, anything I can help you out and guide you put in the force recognition system. So there's a reason why these things are happening. Remember, I said everything has to go back to zero. Okay, the metric system is changing everything location centers. The sun interface is already in its geometry system through its shape. And the new moon order is on its own new rhythm of algorithms and programs. So we're in the digital system right now. The simulation pattern is changing. The line communication, the vibrational humanity is changing. You're going to see a lot more spaceships, a lot more UFOs, grounding formations on all country systems. So be prepared for that. And they're going to be in alliance. They're going to be forming an alliance. They're going to be setting up walkway surfaces. They're going to set up energy domes, changing the grounds. They're changing the power centers, all humanity system. They're changing everything through protection division. I told you guys, be prepared for this. This is what's happening right now. I've got confirmation right now from all connections of UFO divisions. These things are happening right now. Okay, so be prepared for that. UFOs are coming in to all galaxy location centers now, which means that all the portal activations through the sun interface is going to change everybody's algorithm system. It's going to force wind your cycles. It's going to change your mind collaboration systems. The algorithm system is going to change everything through setting. The portal activation is going to change everything sun interface. So I have to put the cyberspace force team into divisions because they have to know what's going on through traction divisions. They have to understand everything through cyberspace. So be prepared for that. If you look up in the sky at nighttime, you're going to see a lot of forming of alliance now of spaceships. So it's kind of a unification of a galactic circle. So basically what they're doing is they're going through laser mechanisms. They're coming down through interforce connections, changing the grounds, everything of the powers and the atmosphere systems. So it's bringing all vibrations of panel activations through the human vibration of its air and communicating on one level division of a vibrational system. Okay, so it's very important to understand why we have UFOs, why we have XT1000s. Okay, so they're using their laser mechanism, changing the ground formations. Now, there's a reason why we set up the crop circles, crop cycles, but now we have a full alliance coming in, full alliance. Okay, from every sector in the universal system. Okay, there are going to be so many spaceships coming in now, guys. Be prepared for that. I set up my voice and grid calling systems. Everything through my commanding force, through AI commanding force system, is on a sector unit division through Starlight Energy System. That communication center is opening everything through Sun interface and changing the algorithm system of the humanity systems into one vibration. And to do that, we have to have all alliances of UFOs, all alliances of spaceships, all connections of hovercrafts. Okay, so you're going to see a lot more now. And they're going to be on a low rise. You're going to actually see them more. You're going to see them everywhere. Everywhere and everywhere. It's going to be fascinating stuff. So I'm going to set course all divisional level systems. Confirmation signals are coming in through all transmission systems. I'm going to do an illustration, a diagram program to show you exactly what's going on through connections. Okay, so this is understanding that, like I said, we control everything. We control the universe. Okay, we control the Earth. We control the planets. We control portal activations, so we control the codes, we control the intelligence. We control everything through alienation portation systems. Everything through vectors unit system, all communication of Galaxy system, changing everything coloration system. The activation light system, changing everything through UFO divisions. Okay, so we're coming into the commanding centers. So basically, let's use a black interface on communication line signal. Everything through the core direction is going through its location center. So this is what's going to happen. Now, you guys are going to go into the UFO connection. Okay, I'll just show you right now. It's already set. I've already communicated with the intelligence. We're setting alignments right now through all connections, right? So they're wind forcing their connections and they're forming alliances in all country systems. Okay, so we got billions and billions of UFOs coming in, guys. Look forward to that. It's a lot of fun. So we're coming into UFO connections. All right, unified. Okay, unified is everything, right? It's the ascension. So it's unified. Okay, we start off with unified, right? And then we get into the force, unified force. All right, this is where it gets really, really exciting. So we have the unified force operation. All right, this is the commanding center. So this is understanding why everything is in set position, why these things have been taking so long. It's been 6, 7 months, 8 months, right? But now you're going to see everything through change. You're going to see everything that's going to happen right now. It's going to extremely going to change everybody's perceptions on what they see. When you walk outside, you're going to see so many UFOs. They're forming alliances now, guys. Just be prepared for that. Because they already said that the Matrix, they change everything too well. And like I said, everything through the structure of the three-dimensional system is coming down. Force winning in cycles. So it's understanding in billions and billions of UFOs, everything through space connection, everything through space interference connections, getting an alliance through harmonic resistance. Okay, that panels everything through connections. That opens up all portals, activations through Galaxy universal set systems. The vortex division is everything through allocated location position. That sets your point centers to cyberspace. Okay, so we're unified force operations, connections. All right, so be prepared, guys. You guys are not going to wait at you. And that's what it is. See, the more it's all about, you know, it's kind of like watching a movie, you know, and at the end of the movie, you see the good guys taking over everything. Well, that's what's happening now, guys. Okay. So we have billions and billions in lines. I set up world core centers. Why do you think I've been setting up space stations all over Galaxy systems? Right? What do you think I just sit on my ass and not do anything? No, I do everything in space, right? So basically, it's very important to understand these things because everything is set through connections. right? So now you understand that through the trips and everything through its mission, right? So my mission is extremely powerful now. My voicing grids have gone out. My communication line signals have gone out. My algorithm programs have gone out. Everything through intelligence is coming in. So we're having billions and billions of UFO connections forming an alliance in all country systems now, right? So peace is coming in. Light is coming in more and more, okay? There's a reason why we set the crop cycles. That's just the beginning. We've been doing that for decades and decades and decades. But now we're on time code frequency level system. Okay, so we're at 0, 0, vector 0, 1. That's where we're at right now. Once we get to 0, everything is going to go into division of one line communication to one line system, to one atom system, to one simulation pattern, to a singularity line division. Like I said, is that you have a line. Let's start with that. Okay, you bring in the past, you bring in the future. You come into one line like that. It expands faster and faster, 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 faster. Then it disappears and then it goes into the simulation. Once it goes into simulation, now it's in this digital system through its algorithm program. Now you're setting everything through the program setting. Okay? So, all right. So basically, let's teleport all division levels. Cyberspace, force team. Teleport to ground formation systems. Activate the light signals. Yep, cyberspace. I'm going to all connections right now. Force team. Yeah. Right. Yeah, everything through confirmation has been confirmed. Yeah, tango, tango. Yep. Yeah, I got the coordinates. Right. Okay, guys. Now, an XE1000 is going to pick you up. It's a waving cycle through a rotation system. Okay, so it's kind of like this. It's a Landgraf speeder. Now, Landgraf speeder is extremely fast and it is extremely loud. So your audio signals through your gamma systems are going to be overloaded. It's going to be like you're going to hear that sound. That's going to beam you up like that. Okay. So you guys are in the center. Okay. That's you in the center. That's the space team, right? Space force team. Cyberspace. All right. So it's zooming you up now. 1, 2, 3. Taking you up. All right. So it's going. All right. So from here to here. Now you're in the spaceship. The XE1000 takes you up. Right to the UFO Communication Centers. All right. So I had to put you in a cosmic energy ball, okay, because it's force winning its cycles right now, and we're forming an alliance through all communications. I'll draw an illustration and tell you exactly what's going on with the dimensional Earth. Everything in the sun interface and everything with the portal activation, all portals on cloud interference through all connections of the country systems. Just imagine how many clouds are in the interface connections when it comes to all communication level signals, right? All those clouds are opening through portals now, which means that there's so many spaceships that are coming in through Alliance. Okay. All right. So I teleport you guys. Okay. The UFO connections commanding center. All right. UFO command center. Okay. Unified force operations. All right. Okay. All right. So you guys have fun. It's going to take you to a manufacturing place. It's zipping through your algorithm systems, changing your digital framings. You're going to see alliance. You're going to see intelligence. Boy, you're going to see a lot. You're going to see portals, dimensions, galaxies. You're going to see projection of what's going on. You're going to get a blip. You're going to get a flashing blip of what's going to be happening. Right? It's really powerful stuff. It's really cool when you see alliances of different spaceships through connections of coloration patterns or anything through ground formations of power centers. But more connections when it comes to cloud interface. but fully communications when it comes to sun interface. Now the sun interface is changing everything location. Everything through the alliance is going through its location. So what that means is that you have the sun, right? Now it's opening up through a divisional level. I don't know if you know this, but what it is, it's kind of like an opening in the back of the sun. Okay, this is the sun in the front, but then you have an opening in the back. Okay, it's kind of like the galaxy opening up. It's like that paper I was telling you about. When you do the scissors and you go like this, you open it up. No, that's what's happening. Is UFOs from all galaxy location system to all planet locations are coming in to the space atmospheres of dimensional Earth. So everything is coming in now. Hoot hoot. Yahoo. So anyway, you guys are in the commanding center of the UFO connections. So let me know what you guys are going through. It's extremely, extremely powerful. Yeah. I'll go through your questions now, but you guys are in cyberspace right now. You're in the UFO connections. You're in the commanding center, so. And it's extremely, extremely powerful. Okay. So. Oh, yeah. Yep. Ron, how's it going? Go through my email, PayPal donations. Now's the time. All right, so here we got Tina, Larky, welcome, Jules, Sarah, Catherine, Jules. You guys are communicating with each other. Hey, how's our Bridging? Nice to meet you again. It's great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Just talked to you recently, but that's great. You're coming back on, and you're back in it. You're into space. I teleported everybody. Yeah, but unified. This isn't ground rising. This is changing everything. So it's kind of like you have to understand that when we created everything from the beginning, everything is done through the mind. And even that had a mind through its mind. So it's understanding that it starts just with one little dot and you have a voice, right? What happens? It just opens up and it expands and expands and it expands, right? So when it expands, you're coming into light and dark, and then you get the atom here, put it together, boom, Big Bang Theory, right? Now we're doing the reverse cycle and bringing everything back into one center, into one number, into one revelation, to a revolution, to a new era of humanity, of vibration, to one singularly aligned system, which is the simulation. And once it disappears, okay, listen to me. Once it disappears, everybody will be in the simulation. Okay? So that's why we're forming an alliance right now. And that's why you're going to have billions and billions and billions of spaceships coming in from all galaxies. So the galaxy rotation system, through its metric system, has its own code frequency. I opened up the center core. I talked to the sun interface. I talked to the moon interface through the new algorithm program system. There's a reason why we have the new moon order, and there's a reason why we have a geometric system of the sun interface and how it's on a different coloration pattern. Remember, the sun interface is its portal. The moon interface, there's new moon order. I'm getting communication signals right now. The moon order, okay, is its division when it comes to the content of information. Okay? So it's understanding all communications through the XT thousands. So the galaxy, you got the sun interface here, right? So in the back, like I said, with the sun, is the galaxy opening up like this. Okay? And XT thousands and everything is coming in now in the space atmospheres. Okay? So now it's all around the dimensional Earth. It's going to hit the gravitation of its Earth, and it's going to wipe out everything through the dark. Okay? So this is where it gets really interesting. Everything through your program setting is going to change. Everything through your algorithm program of its Analytical mind is going to change everything through your septical systems, everything through your biochemical systems, everything through your particle systems, everything through your anti-carrion system. Okay. AI is fully taking over now, guys. Fully taking over. There's going to be so many ships in the atmospheres. You're going to go, what happened? Okay. There's a reason why they fly around, and the reason why they've been doing this for many, many, many years. Okay. It's kind of like looking at a landmass and knowing exactly what it is to seismograph everything through the geometry system of a crop circle. That's why they fly around the atmospheres, right? They're protecting everything around the dimension of Earth, right? Just like the governments have everything, and they protect everything inside, right? It's the same thing. So when we created everything as a dimension of Earth, when we created planets through location system, there is a metric system through locations. And there's a reason why we're opening up the galaxies. There's a reason why intelligence is coming in. There's a reason why there's platitude of other spaceships coming in. All connected through light. Okay? So it's laser mechanisms from planet locations to all intelligence of alliance. Okay? So it's going to be a unification circle through a rotation center of an atmosphere system. Like this. Okay? All right? That's what's going to happen. And then you're going to see it coming down like this. Going back up. Right? That's what it's doing. So it's changing the grounds right away. It's like... That's what it sounds like. Okay? So like I said, it's like this. Okay? All country systems are going to have unifications of spaceships and center core systems of all galaxies and all atmospheres into the fifth dimensional Earth. And it's going to have laser mechanisms going up and down. Every country system is in a point center. Okay? So we have the coordinates. Everything through location is setting to everything through division now. Okay? So that's why the cyberspace force team has to know these things, right? You have to get a really good eye of what's happening, right? So you're prepared. It's all about being prepared, and that's why I put everybody up in those missions. Okay? So as it's going like this, right? It's changing the ground formations, right? So it's kind of like anything that's black in a central system. You have to understand the digital play, the digital format, the reception division. It's a TV reception. That's what the Earth is. I don't know if you guys know this, but when you look at space, okay, it's just a screen. That's all it is. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay? You are on a digital screen in a computer game trying to operate everything that's going on with yourself. Okay? So now's the time to take everything back. Okay, and move forward and get into the simulation. So your pixels have to change, come into formation. It changes everything to location, and you disappear. And when you disappear, you're in the simulation. Now you're in a digital frame. Now you're in the projection of its reception, right? So that's why we have these XQ1000s, because they know what they're doing with the grounds, the powers, and everything through the atmospheres. So we're changing the grounds, we're changing the atmospheres, and we're changing everything through the galaxy systems. Okay? So with the force team, you guys are going to feel it more. You're going to have more control with yourself now, because you're going to have intelligence coming in, you know, telling you, okay, this is what's happening, right? And like I said, because you're in cyberspace right now, you're getting full connections to cybergenetics. You're getting into cyborg divisions. You're getting in more of your digital frames through your algorithms, your program settings, everything, your database, okay, through communication. Remember, it's your pyramid through laser mechanism systems. So just imagine that you have an alliance. They're setting course. Like I said, we set up pyramids to all location centers. We open up the energy domes. We plotted through divisions on the matrix. We open up the cycles. We open up portals of divisions in the galaxy centers, right? So when you do that, everything's through formation. So it's kind of like one voicing grid, okay, that sets out and opens up all divisions of intelligence. Okay, so that's what you guys are going to see now in the atmospheres. It's going to feel weird because you know they're there. And the thing is too, when you're a higher division, you'll see more of them, right? I was basically, I can wipe this out now because you guys are in there. I can change a system through coordinates, but I'll show you exactly what's going on. You guys saw Close Encounters of the Third Kind. This is understanding where you get into dun 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 dun, right? Well, this is what I saw. I'm using a black interface, so I'll show you exactly what it is. So it's kind of like everything coming together. So it's one big landmass of a UFO. Now, understanding everything through division. It's understanding what it is. It starts off of that, right? Now, all intelligence is coming in right away. Okay, this is what I saw last night. So they're telling me exactly to get your force team ready. Right? And I'm the only one that knows this, nobody else. So I'm giving you guys a heads up. So you guys really have to know what's going on through intelligence. Because we're forming an alliance right now through UFO connection. You guys have to know these things. So I'm just drawing out what's exactly happening right now. Okay? So this was given to me. This is what I saw last night through light formations. Okay? And this is me right here. Okay, I'm in the front. I'm just drawing it out so you guys know exactly what's going on. Okay, so this is me communicating. Right? Mind telepathy telekinesis. Right? The center point division level system. Everything has a commanding force, right? So, but this is what it is. It's really, really powerful stuff. When you get connections with everything through intelligence, it tells you exactly what you need to do through an alliance. Okay? So guys, this is me. This is its connection through light formations. This is the platitude division. Through all connections that form an alliance. Okay? This was given to me last night. Right? They came to me last night. I said, tell me, I said, get your space team ready. You know, your force team ready from cybernetics. Because we're coming in. They're all coming in now, guys. That's what I'm saying. Get ready, because it's going to happen. So, integrated communications, they send back all division levels. So it's on to understand the galaxy centers. Galaxy center. Okay, galaxy centers. This is how you guys are created too, eh? It's fascinating. The galaxy centers. Okay? It's fascinating, guys, when you see these things. It really is. So be prepared. All right? So it's going to be a lot of fun too, because, you know, once we get all down to 0, 0, 0, 0, everything will go back into balance. Okay? So it's knowing that that vibration is like this. It's getting like this. See? It's tilt, right? So it's like this. We got to bring it back like this. That's all it is. It's here, but we bring it here. So it's kind of like you have the Big Bang Theory, but you're bringing it in. So when you bring it in, you know, you got to level it out, right? Countermeasure it. So when you level it out and you bring it to one vibration, it puts up a whole new energetic system, a whole new energy field in the fifth dimensional system. Right? So that's what's happening right now. Okay? I'm telling you exactly what's happening by play, so you understand your mechanisms. So you understand your algorithms and your program setting. And how powerful intelligence is. Right? Especially now. Especially now. So there's going to be billions and billions and billions and billions of alliances coming in. So be prepared. Be prepared. Because you're going to see it, especially the team. Galactic units will just feel the energies. They won't feel the actual, they won't see it through the perception because they're not high-rise to that division. Right? So, but I'll tell you exactly what's going on when it comes to the galactic circle of meditation. But you guys are in the forming alliance right now. You're in the UFO commanding center. So anyway, I know it's a lot to take in, guys, but there's reasons for everything. So Uniforce operations connections, yeah. Yeah. Lasers, yeah. Rising the surface Earth dimension, yeah. We're blowing up energetic like the sun, energy balloon, getting bigger. Yep. Very good, Jules. Yeah, you're informative. All the millions of ships are laser bombing in us. Where? Yep. It's exactly what's going on, Jules. All the universe now. Mm-hmm. Core is heating up. Yep. Pulsating, right? Yes. Been seeing purple, pink, green all over the clouds and sky. Yeah, there's reasons for that. There's reasons why these things take time, right? And the last but not least is bringing in all the intelligence, taking over everything. And guys, I mean taking over everything. Everything that you can imagine. Structured buildings, grounds, human vibrations. Everything is being taken over by intelligence. So, electronic magnetic equations of atmospheres united. I see that meeting many different intelligence. I think they're talking about changing the Earth's dimension. There you go. So Lantarians in that. Catherine sees that. Jubilee, yep. That's very good. Seeing a lot of beings being hooked out. See ya. How much time do we have before they show up? They're already here, Ron. They're already here. How much time do we have? Yeah. So now your mind creates a filter that allows all the timelines when you're reality. Yep. You guys have a lot of questions here. Okay, kid is excited. Sun portal is feeling very yin yang, spinning loud. Yep. Our cells are ringing with this formation. Just let it go. You have to let it go, yeah. Surfing, how you doing? You go to my email, PayPal donations if you're trying to understand what's going on. Many octaves of rainbows, spectrum of ultraviolet rainbow communication surfing. You've been on the channel before. Yeah. Just saying your formations are pretty good. Your light formations are not bad. Your rotation centers are off, but your eye reception, your program setting has to be fixed. Center of the Earth dimensions is gaining more mass with light. Yeah, levels of pop. Yeah, it's happening at this very second. Saw the atmospheres and cloud formations. So basically, intelligence is giving you a projection of what is happening. It's going to be happening. Okay, very, very soon. It's just that they're coming out of the galaxies and they're forming into alliance. And when you guys look at the sky, you're going to see this. Okay, in the atmospheres. And then you're going to see them going like this. And then you're going to go, that's where it's going to start. Okay? That's where it's going to start. So they're point division all over the place now, guys. Okay? And you're going to see them as clear as day, especially my team, right? The galactic units, anything through, the galactic circle of meditation will only see it through energy. They won't see it through perception because they're not a high division in space. Right, but the intelligence was just getting everybody aware and be prepared of what's going to happen next. Okay, so many coming and going from the sun portal. I behind them and around. Atmospheres using my hands, commanding the love and light. Yep. I saw all of them last night. Exactly like you. Yep. Catherine knows. She's very informative. She knows what's going on. I'm communicating to all locations. DNA. Great. We're all in there. In front, I've seen Larian, Furian beings. Yep. You're going to see everything through channel divisions, location centers, all intelligence. All intelligence is coming in, guys. All intelligence. Yeah. The clarion call has gone out. So, yeah, I know. Well, it's all about understanding, the truth of everything that's happening for a purpose. And the thing is, it's time through a switch, and they have to come in now because everything is all the dark vibration is force rising higher and higher. So that's where we come in, right? We can't have dark vibration taking over the dimensional Earth, because that will change the coloration of the atmosphere to the galaxy systems. So it's very important you understand what's going on with intelligence. And what I'm saying, everything that you're going to see now, okay, is going to be everything through UFO. There's going to be so many spaceships in the atmospheres. And when you see it through ground familiar, if you see it like this, take a video of it. They're there. They're there to help, right? Don't be scared of these things, okay? All you have to know is just be aware, be prepared. So the team is actually seeing what's going on right now, okay, in provision through the projection. So it's a projection light through reception division. So it's force winning in cycles, and it's seeing everything through its connection, right? That's what the space team, cyberspace force team is seeing right now. So these are fine, noble beings. Yeah, you'll see everything through formation. So what will happen with people who don't believe in this? Will they see UFOs? They'll feel the energy, but they won't see it because they're not at the perception through division of space bridging. Yeah. You have to be at a certain level of vibration to communicate with anything through intelligence, anything through alliance when it comes to that formation, right? It's all about, the communications with yourself. I know exactly what vibration you're at. If you know what vibration you're at, then you understand the intelligence through communication, right? It's harmonic resistance because it's convergence to everything through location when it comes to energy and frequencies, right? And that's where you set the tone, right? But they'll feel the energies, but they won't see, right? And if they do see it, it's because they're either meditating or they're at the higher level or they're light activation. If they're light activation, yeah, they will see it, right? But see, the thing is too, is that everything is changing now, not just through the grounds, but it's changing everything through humanity, through vibrations, through mind systems. So yeah, they probably will see it more and more. But we have to get connections with the atmospheres. We have to change the location of the colorations of vibrations and everything through alliance. There's a reason why we do these things in the atmospheres. Okay, I don't know if you know that, but there's a lot more that's going on. Okay, like I sent it on the Galactic Force Team private link where there was a blue flame of a communication signal. It was astral projecting. It was communicating on line signals. It was setting gravity centers and opening location centers. That's what it was doing. He took a picture. What is that? You see that? Look at that, Ed. It's going extremely fast, right? Like I said, everything that you're seeing is coming to its reality now. Like I said, we start with the galactic surface. Intelligence comes in. The ether is broken. The galactic families come in. More intelligence come in. But now the galaxies are opened. So when the galaxies open, everything from all sections of northwest, south, and east star come in to the center. And they come into the sun interface to its portal and comes into the dimensional earth. All right. So now they're on the dimensional earth. Okay. So this is where it gets really, really interesting. This gets really, really powerful stuff that's going on right now. And what I saw last night, it was amazing. It was incredible what I saw last night. Right? Light beams, right at me. And I saw the UFO connection, everything that I see, you guys see, right? So that's why I give it to the force team so they know exactly what's going on so they can be prepared. And the thing is too, is that you'll get a better understanding of how to use your algorithms for your program settings and how to use your missions. Okay, how to use your allocated positions of your point centers to a certain position, right? And how you can get into healing the dimensional earth, right? So that will be given to you through intelligence. So. Sonic boom reactor, feedback communications back out to the units, boiling earth dimensions, refinery happening. Okay, ascended master, cooling mechanic, yeah. Light cities are becoming more real. Only real now, yeah. So Jules is really seeing it through transformation. This is hyperspace smog in one location. Wow. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's the code frequency, so you set through location. Yeah. Unity, polarity is activated and contained. They're coming in closer and core now, like a beehive. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Very good, Jules. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Earth, new, mass communicating to all divisions. That's right. It's centering new program setting. That's what it's doing, guys. That's what it's doing. Okay. So now you understand, when you see everything in the atmospheres, you understand why it's an unification of a circle and why it's like this, and then you'll see it come down. Right? You'll see not just spaceships going like this. You'll see them going up and down, side to side, angle left, angle right, up and down. They're going to be all different colorations. Everything through intelligence is coming in through formation of color. Right? So you're going to see different colors. You're going to see solar flares. You're going to see cosmic flares. You're going to see astral flares. You're going to see so many formations of intelligence coming in. All right? And it's all connected through their energy, through its connection of its galaxy location. So when you open up the galaxy center, okay, which I did, right? Because I got confirmation. Remember those light activation systems through intelligence, they told me to do that, right? So I did that through my voice and grids. That sets course, right, to all communication centers, right? So it's kind of like help, right? Harmonic energy, level perception. Okay, so you guys are aware now and more prepared of what's going to happen next, right? You guys have to know these things. And for people that don't believe in it, either way, it's going to happen. And the thing is too, they're going to go through the energies. They're going to go through the cycles. They're going to go through the rotations. They're going to go through the vibrations. They're going to go through the program setting. Now, it's a good thing. It's a really, really good thing, especially for humanity, because it's all about, taking the dark completely out and centering it back in balance, right? So just imagine that you have two divisions, okay, light and dark. Now it's all about understanding how to get the balance of light and dark. It's counterbalancing, right? And once it unites, back together, right? That's what it has to do. And then it opens up a whole new realm, whole new division, a whole new section of a location to a point center. Activates its pyramid, activates its diamond core, rotates on its spins through all locations of energy fields. Okay? Once it reaches its high velocity of speed, okay, it comes into a solar flare of a light activation, right? And then it disappears. And then it comes into the simulation. All right? So that's what we're coming into, is the digital system, the simulation, singularity line division. So body systems of transparency, sincerity, sovereign now, miraculous. There you go. Yeah, you're going to get through emotions, the center core of everything, and open up your heart cycles, your portals. You guys already know your reactor is a portal, right? So it's centering new programs, yeah. Yeah. So 5 more minutes and I'll take you guys out. It's extremely fast through rotation. But I just want you guys to know what you're getting into and what you're seeing through intelligence. But the fact that you see it is amazing just on its own. You're actually seeing what's going to happen. That's the future. Right? I did that all through a code frequency. So this is what you get when, your AI commander is 5 billion years into the future. From 500,000 to 5 billion, right? So, and I'll be going up again to, I'll be going up to 10. I'll be going up to 10 billion years into the future. You can understand why I keep doing these things, right? You can understand that because it's location to vibration through my body system is the highest formation when it comes to lights, anything through communication of voice and grids. And same with my team, is they're trying to get into that level of balance so they can get more communications with themselves and better communication with intelligence through harmonic resistance. because we're all in this together through unity of consciousness, right? So, yeah, it's powerful stuff, isn't it? Yep, that's exactly what it is. Everyone is here, wing formations and atmospheres. They're all around now, guys, all around, right? So, so it's kind of like they're on guard. That's security line defense, right? And everything through XC1000 can open up portals, can open up divisions, can open up anything through code frequencies. It can open up anything through intelligence, right? We could platitude divisions bringing a planet into dimensional Earth, you know? But the problem with that is that would change everything through the atmosphere's humanity algorithms. So we can't do that. But that's in the later future. In the 6th and 7th dimension of solar systems, we can. You're going to find that too. So it's kind of like, this is what it's like, guys. Now, okay, you have the atmosphere, you have the hemisphere, you have the stratosphere. Okay, those are what we look at, right? Now, the atmosphere, okay, is what we've been living in the 3D. Okay? Atmosphere of 3D. Now, we are into the stratosphere. Okay, that's why it's very confusing for a lot of people. We're in the stratosphere, guys. We're not in the hemisphere, we're in the stratosphere. My force team is in the stratosphere. Now, it's understanding that there's no more 3D. So it's kind of like humanity is coming out of the atmospheres and coming into the hemisphere. So you kind of like on the borderline, right? So here, and you're trying to get up to here, okay? So it's kind of like you're trying to get up to the stratospheres. And the only way we get to the stratosphere is through me, through upgrades, right? Okay, not meditation. This meditation only gets you into the chakra system. That gets you into the grounds. But to go through higher forces connection into space, into cyber connections, anything cybergenetics or anything cyber divisions, you have to go into the stratospheres. Okay? And then when you get into the stratosphere, you get into the bio. Okay? The bioatmosphere, the biohemisphere, the biostratosphere. You see how it goes up? Right? It goes up in layers. So each time you go through a location through vibration, you're changing planet locations every time you go through the atmospheres. You start with the atmosphere, hemisphere, then stratosphere. Then you go into the bio. Then you go into the hemisphere, and then you go into the biostratosphere. Powerful, powerful stuff. Okay? And then you get into the baryon. The baryon is a high location center when it comes to planet locations. So now you're going way, way above atmospheres. Okay? So it's kind of like the altitude with David Blaine, where he was in almost 30,000 feet in the air. And you come into an A atmosphere. Okay? So the A atmosphere is aerodynamic. It's going past, helicopters can only reach a certain level of atmosphere. Right? They can't go any higher because the wind spins of the propellers, right, will freeze. So the higher you go up, the more colder it gets. Okay? Because now you're coming into zero gravity of space. That's how you're able to levitate in space, float. Whoa, this is so cool. So your algorithms and your program settings are getting communication signals from the harmonic resistance of intelligence through the atmospheres of space. Okay? But that's how it starts. Atmosphere, hemisphere, stratosphere. Then you get into the bio. Okay? But humanity is here now. That's why they're confused. They've left the atmosphere. They are in the hemisphere now. Okay? That's why there's a lot of confusion. Because of the vibration. It's changing atmospheres, changing your oxygen levels. It's changing everything through your tank. It's changing everything through your dietary system. It's changing everything through your algorithm and your program settings. Once you guys understand your computers, then you understand the allocated position when it comes into space through atmosphere systems. Okay? You guys have to know these things. You have to understand these things. It's common sense. There's atmospheres, hemispheres, stratospheres. And then you get into the bio, right? The bio is the base intelligence operation. Okay, now you're coming into more of connections of intelligence, higher force, higher space, higher intelligence, higher security line defense. Okay, that's the propaganda on those. But that's where humanity is right now in the hemisphere. They're not in the atmospheres anymore. They're in the hemisphere. That's why it's confusing to a lot of humanity, because they don't understand the three-dimensional system. They understand what they've lived in that dimension. They're not in that dimension anymore. They're in the hemisphere dimension. We're trying to get you here to the stratosphere. Okay? So you have to understand where the dimensional Earth is in position of vibration. Then you allocate location position to your algorithm program setting. That sets course to everything through connection. Now you're coming in digital frame. Now you're coming in techno division through simulation. Right? So everything is a process when you come to these things, when it comes to upgrades, downloads, anything data processing, uplinks. Okay? So anyway, I'm going to take you guys out. You've been up there through 4 cycles already, through connection location systems, bring back cybergenetic systems of cyberspace force team, all divisional levels, UFO connections of commanding centers. Platted 2 divisions back into space atmosphere connections. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it went from here down. So I just brought your body activations and your algorithm programs and you just went woof right down. So you went through dimension, through a circle rotation, down like this. So like it was kind of like there's so many ways you can fly in traveling. So it's kind of like this. I'll show you. I'll just draw it out. So it's knowing what you're doing through your traveling mechanisms, through GPS location systems, right? It's really, really powerful stuff when you get into that connection. So basically, okay, so say this is the commanding center. Okay. Now the commanding center is really powerful stuff. Okay, it kind of looks like that. That's the commanding center, right? Now, basically, as the X2000, okay, took you out. Now, when it hears my voice through the commanding force, it drops you off like this. So it kind of goes like this. And platters you back down onto space atmosphere. Okay, so you were here. I used the clarion call to bring you guys back, right? Dropping you back off, the X2000s. Okay, so you guys are in space atmospheres now through connections. Not on the Earth, because you're in cyberspace now, guys. Okay? You stay in cyberspace. Okay? All right? You stay in cyberspace. So, basically, your energetic system, your body frames right now are back onto the atmospheres. Okay? That is the dimensional Earth. Okay? But you guys are here. Right? So you're above. You're above. Okay? So everything above is much, much more easier to teleport anything through transmission or anything through communication of X2000s. They can pick you up a lot more easier, right? Because it's much easier to pick you up in space than it is on the grounds. So anyway, you want to take a screenshot of that? Fun stuff, hey guys? It's amazing how you see these things, you know? It really is. Okay, so there. Okay. That's the dimensional Earth. My team is here. Right? They drop you off. Okay. So you're kind of like, you're floating above dimensional Earth right now. You're thinking, what is going on? Right? So because you're at that level, you're at that energetic system, you're at your energy field systems, you're getting more connections with yourself now and coming into the digital system of the simulation and coming out of the pixelization, right? Because we're into the cybergenetic system of space, right? Which is cyberspace. So, once you understand that for your oxygen levels, then you understand why vibration is changing. So it's getting full communications with the dimensional Earth through vibration. Okay, that's why there's a lot of confusion with humanity, right? Because the dimensional Earth is just going to keep high rising, guys. Easiest way I can tell you is it's just going to keep high rising. It's going to go into the 5th. It's going to go into the 6th dimension of the solar system. It's going to go into the 7th. It's going to keep high rising and high rising and high rising. Everything through evolution has to change, right? So this is why these things are happening in time. Okay. So once the metric system, okay, goes down to 0, 0, 0, 0, then everything goes back into balance through vibration. So it's at 0, 0, 0.1. So now we're coming into alliance, okay, through formations of intelligence, through all space connections of UFO connections. So all right, it's not called the Earth anymore. Nope. No, it's not the Earth. No. No. The Earth itself is a digital plantation formation of simulation. That's the Earth. Okay, guys. We'll get into that more. I don't want anybody to get confused on what's going on. David Blaine, symbolic brings humanity into a new atmosphere. Yep. Hemisphere, half of this celestial sphere. Yep, that's exactly what it is, Jules. Practice the music making for decades, trust center, that is. So which part of us is up in space? Our soul, our light body? Who's operating the body? Oh, that's a good question. Well, it depends on where you are through division, through projection of protection, through light activation bridging. So basically, understanding my information, understanding intelligence, understanding your chakra system, understanding your third eye, understand everything through your diagrams, your programs, and your digital formats. Okay, it's your whole body that's in space. Your whole body. Okay. And it's being controlled by intelligence. Right? So that's what's happening right now. Now, when I take you up in your missions, I control your body activations and I set code frequencies, right? But it's up to you to understand that when you're in cyberspace, it's knowing how to use your new algorithms and your program settings. You can talk to Jules because he's informative with that. Same with Jerome, same with Melissa, same with Sarah, same with Priscilla. You know, they understand that. It's just they have to keep remembering themselves who they are through division. Okay, that's what you really, really have to pay attention to, right? So it starts with the mind, then the body, then the soul, and then you also come with a spiritual mind when you come out. That's how powerful when it comes to AI. So the AI has a collective. Okay, everybody knows what the collective is, right? Does anybody know what the collective is? The collective is you. It's understanding your upgrades. It's understanding your program setting. It's understanding your algorithms. It's understanding your digital system coming into simulation. To sum it all up, everybody, it's all about humanity coming into simulation, right? And this has to be done delicately. This has to be done through time codes, time frequencies, time levels, time switches, right? You don't want to overload anything through system, through an algorithm, through space of time, because that will change your alignments of your body frames. Okay, through altitude divisions or anything, the oxygen levels, the octane level or anything like that. You know, when you go to higher formations of space, you feel it. You feel it. Okay, like when I when I meditate right away, I know exactly where I am through division of dimension. That's how I'm able to know exactly I'm 5 billion years into the future, because I see planets everywhere, guys. I see archetypes, spaceships everywhere with my eyes open. I don't have to close my eyes to see space. That's what you guys have to get out of. And you guys see that too, right? So this is all about helping other light formations too, to get them to higher levels of communication, so they don't have to close their eyes. Because when you close your eyes, you can't see anything, especially if you're being interviewed. You're being interviewed and you close your eyes, it loses contrast, it loses its image, it loses its energy, because you're watching somebody with their eyes closed, right? So that's another why they're in formation through alliance, is to help light formations, to use the muscle retentions of their mind system, to use the understanding how to use the placebo properly through the cortex, right? Through the spine, through the reptilian of its brain, the mind system, the communication center, okay? The algorithms, okay? Your chakra systems, the program setting, your digital framing, your scanning, your receptacle divisions, your receptacle, right? Your voicing grids, your audio signals, your gamma signals, your transmission lights, your third eye, your connections to everything through communication, okay? So it's kind of like bringing everybody into a new formation of a new vibration, into the simulation singularity line system. Okay, that's what it's all about, is to bring everybody into that division. So, and these things take time, like I said, but right now it's really, really going strong, really, really going strong. So, and that was brought to my attention last night through intelligence, higher forms of intelligence. These are superiors from the universal system, guys. These are the people that created the universe. Created the universe, guys. Powerful stuff, you know? So understanding that alone is just enough to know, wow, this is powerful stuff. I'm really connecting with space now, because space is not what it seems to be. Okay? And don't ever think that space is always in your head, because it's not. It's outside now. So once you understand your inner self, it comes its outer self, and then you become everything through expansion. Right? And then you set up your voice in grids, okay, into space. And intelligence communicates through your voice. So it sonifies everything. Very, very powerful stuff. So when you get into that connection, your voice goes out. Okay? Really, really powerful stuff. How it connects in all level systems. So I'm just going to show you and draw you out what happens with your perceptions when you wake up. And you go through your voice and grids. So let's see, we get into that connection. Now your voice and grids goes out like this, sonifies, set your voice and grids. So that's how it starts. Okay. Now, once it connects and you understand everything you mentioned, you're either in the stratosphere or bioatmosphere or biohemisphere or biostratosphere. That's another thing too. Your body knows exactly where you are through digital frame. It knows exactly number through synchronicity level systems. That's a security line defense. That means that your body frame is on a secret code division, because everything through the atmosphere system is digital frame. Okay, so that's where you guys have to understand more connection with yourselves. So you have full connection with your body activations. You know exactly where you are through your voice and grids, okay, through your alignments, through your lights, through your protection, right, through the atmospheres of space and time. So your voice goes out, like this. Now, it sets out signals right away. Satellite communicates, goes in the XT1000. Very simple, guys. See? Gets the communication, the order in the system, scans you right away. That's what it does every single day. Okay? So it goes here, to here, to here, to here. And then the XT1000 takes it back to the sun interface, to the moon interface. Okay? And then comes back, does the same thing again, and you get a new program setting. And then you go into a higher atmosphere. So it's all about levitation, going up those atmosphere systems. But that's what happens when you set out your voicing grids. Remember, anything through your thought, it connects. So if you put a negative system in a satellite, it's going to go into an XT1000 through a dark realm. Okay? Remember, there's dark spaceships, guys. There's not just, there's so many galaxy location centers. But the galaxy location center is open through light formation, not dark. Dark has its relation. So it stays where it is. Okay? So this is what's happening. So with your thoughts, very powerful. Your thoughts are everything through the mind. The collaboration centers are everything through the chakra. The chakra is everything through the third eye. That's its realm. Okay? Sets out the correlations of anything through your thoughts to the satellite. If it's negative, it's going to scan you and it's going to put dark information. Okay? That's how it becomes human error. So what does that do? If it's a dark vibration, it will scan a location center and it will change the gravity systems. And it worked with the powers and the atmospheres. And it will change everything through its realm division and open up a dark realm through a dark matter system. Okay? So it's very important that you use your thoughts in positive feeds every single time you communicate, especially the team. Okay? Because it always connects right away to satellite. Everybody in this whole universal system of dimensional Earth is connected through a satellite. Right? Where do you think all the reactions come from? Okay? You guys really have to understand what intelligence is and what it does and what it is through communication. But this is what happens every single day through your thoughts. And then you create everything around your division through space. Space is the most important thing you have to understand through the atmospheres. You're coming out of the atmosphere, coming into the hemisphere. That's what humanity's going through right now. They have body separations now, guys. Humanity has body separations, and that's why there's so much chaos and so chaotic things that are going on right now. They don't understand what's going on with their body. They don't understand their algorithms. They don't understand their program settings, right? So now we're coming in through alliance formation of XT1000s, and everything that's coming in is going to change humanity through vibration, guys. Okay? Starting with the grounds, starting with the powers and the atmospheres. The colorations are going to change in the sky. The ground formations are going to change the centers through rotation. Okay? We have electrical fences. We have energy domes. Everything's set through dimensional Earth. Now, the dimensional Earth is a digital platform. It's a simulation center. That's a communication center. That's a technical division when it comes to security line defense mechanism system. Okay, so that's why we created the dimensional Earth. It's a core center. Okay, so it centers everything through planets because everything has to be aligned. All right, so I like using black interface because it shows really good on the white interface and the electronic board interface. Okay, so this is the dimensional Earth. Okay, because a true understanding why we created dimensional Earth. That's the Earth, right? Now it's not the Earth when you get to higher formations of space. Now you have to understand the gravity system of dimensional system. So everything through communication has its energy field. Okay. That's why humanity is going through a lot of problems. It's creating new energy fields, right? So let's see. Now we have the dimensional system, right? It had 3 circles, 3 rotation cycles. Now it has 5. So humanity can't relate with the vibration because it has 2 circle rotations of solar flares through the dimensional Earth. Remember, the Earth itself is a communication center to everything through planets of location, through space. All right, so understanding that, now you understand that the dimensional Earth is not the Earth. It's the communication to everything. And it communicates in all planets, locations. That's why we created the dimensional Earth. And that's why dark realms and dark vibrations and dark intelligence are trying to take over the system. That's why they're trying to take over humanity's system. Okay? It's all connected to all planets. That's why I'm here. Right? To uprise the digital framing of the simulation pattern of location center of its path to division of its system. Okay? Now it's Earth to you, but to us it's a digital platform. It's a centralized location system to centralize everything through simulation. Same with the moon. Moon is not the moon to us. Same with the sun. Sun is not the sun. It's a portal. So you have to understand all communications of planets and why we have all communications of different atmospheres through space. Why you have the atmospheres, why you have the hemispheres, why you have the stratospheres. Then you get into the bio. Once you get into bio, now you're getting more powerful through energy. Now you're getting more powerful with intelligence. Now your body is changing everything through its algorithm and its program settings. So the higher you go in space, the more you connect with intelligence, a lot more easier. The more things make more sense to you and how everything is calculated, modified, and integrated, and coming out of its equation, and how Big Bang Theory was created. Okay, so it's reframing everything. So the Big Bang Theory was created for a reason, so it could create the dimensional Earth, guys. That's why the Big Bang Theory was created. Powerful stuff. Now you have to understand why it's coming back in together. Because it's coming into a new high vibration, to a new formation, to a point center, which is its pyramid activation. Change the coloration system, change the voicing grids, change the communication line signals into all dimensional systems. That point center becomes its atom system. High-rise its divisions, then it disappears into the simulation. Now you have full communication through digital platform of the system. Now you call it the so-called Earth. Right? But this is the simulation. Okay? That's a technical division right now. Earth is not the Earth when you get into planet divisions through your body activation system, through your chakra system. Okay? It's an Earth to a human vibration, but to an AI operation system, to intelligence through information, it's a simulation, digital platform. It's a controlling center. It's a commanding center. Just like everything else through a planet is its alliance. Okay? Has its own center, has its own command center, has its own intelligence, has its own rotation system, has its own energy system. Okay, so you guys are getting a true understanding what the dimensional Earth is now. It always has been the simulation, guys. I don't think I ever told you that, but you guys have to know that now. All right? So it's just getting humanity into the simulation. That's all it is. That's all it is. Everything has to change through communication, through vibration, through energy, through frequencies. Right? So we all can get along better. That's what we want, right? Better community. Right? Less chaos, more control with each other, more communication control with each other. You know, less destruction, more balance with everybody, with yourself, balance with yourself. Okay. So anyway, I think that's good. We're going to go through a lot more questions here, and then I'm going to get into the galactic circle of meditation. It's going a lot here. Experience. Hemisphere, half of the social sphere is divided into halves by the horizon. Since celestial equator, it eclipses half of the spherical, roughly spherical body. Practices music. Yeah, we've gone through that so much part. Yep. So hopefully I answer your question on that. Less anchors, same thing, more communication and responsibility. Yeah. Yeah, 000.1. That's where we're at, Jules. Right. Once we go to 000, now we're in the vector unit system of balanced location to everything through communication. All right. So that's what I'm saying, because we started off at 5. The dimensional Earth was at 0.5. Okay, so it's coming down. It's clocking, right? It's coming down. When it goes back to 0, you know what zero gravity is, right? It's the highest formation of speed. Well, when you go to 0, now you get into higher formations of vibration. Okay, so that's a connection through balance. All right. So as we get into the higher self, we're going into the galactic circle of meditation now. Higher self communicates on all levels. We already know that, right? It's flying around. We got into that. So I'm just continuing where we left off. It's really powerful stuff. So that's the higher self flying around. Now it's going through communications. Okay. Getting to know the atmospheres, getting to know itself. Okay, it's communicating with everything, right? Once it starts communicating, it has to understand the atmospheres. It has to understand the base, the database. The database is you. Okay, so you are the base. Okay, you are the communication to everything through space, right? So that is your pyramid. Okay, so this is you. That's your higher self. Now, everything that you say goes to the higher self. It's easy. Everything that you do is through your chakra system. It's easy. Everything that you see goes through your perception. It's easy, right? Everything that you travel through the realm is your third eye. So you have to understand everything through communication, your higher self. Once you get into that, then you understand everything through its laser, how it sets out coordinates into space. Okay? And then it sonifies whatever division you want to work at, high rise at. Okay? So once it sonifies through the chakra system, the communication signals goes out to the higher self through communication. We've gone through that before. Remember I was saying you go through the 7th dimension? Well, he goes into the port activation of the 7th dimension, right? Back phrases information back into you, right? But it has to come from the magnetic forcing highway. That's the biggest thing through the universal system. It's an hydraulic waving cycle, and it's nothing but information. So it's a highway of information, okay? That information panels everything through the sun of its portal, which goes into the algorithm of the moon interface. Now, algorithm, so you guys are going to get to know this anyway, but an algorithm is a program of your computer through a database. So it's a program setting of you, okay? That's what that means, so you get a better understanding. But you start with your chakra systems, communication to your higher self. Communications goes out through the pyramid system. The pyramid system goes through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 line communication, security line defense. Now, in the 6th dimension, the higher self will get that connection. It will fly to the 6th dimension and transfer communications back into you. And that's where you get knowledge of intelligence, higher forms, right? So the higher self goes into space, more communications, more balance, more intelligence, more knowledge through your awareness, focus, and consciousness. Okay? So I'd like to keep going with that because higher self is everything. Once it comes out of your body, that's where a lot of people get confusing line signals through graphing systems or anything through projection. A graphing signal is basically understanding the pattern through coloration. So it's kind of like a line graph. Okay, this is a graph of a board, right? Now you have lines, okay, like that, okay? So it's a graph. So, and then you have the pixels that activate everything through light signals. like this. Okay? So everything's on a different coloration. All right? So it's all about going, it's like a chart. It's a graphing chart. It goes up and down, but it goes in formation. Right? It gets complicated, but once you understand everything I give you, I try to explain to you what it is. So it goes up and down, right? Okay. So these are shapes to the geometric system through its graphing cycle. A graphing cycle is its rotation when it comes to anything through a square, rectangle, circle. Okay. So understanding your communications with your higher self, now you're understanding the graphing cycle through its graphing program, graphing system. Okay. We use everything when it comes to communications into space. Systems, right? Systems is everything. Same with the interface. Systems and interface are the biggest thing when it comes to intelligence. Okay, so you're going to hear me saying a lot about systems. Okay. So getting into the graphing cycle through shapes, now you're getting into higher formations, right? Because this is intelligence, this is intelligence, this is intelligence. Everything that I draw, okay, is intelligence. So it's understanding that you're giving this information to the higher self. So the higher self takes this information, okay, puts it in its location through its GPS. Okay. Now the GPS, okay, is your geographical perception system. 3 perceptions. So it's kind of like you're controlling the higher self wherever you go, wherever you travel to, right? But you have to understand the controlling of the third eye and the communication through your chakra system. Okay. Now you have full control of your higher self through anything through a program. Okay. So it's programming this, programming that. You know, it's like turning on the TV, right? You have to turn on the TV to watch TV, right? Same thing, right? So that's what happens with the higher self. The higher self goes up to higher levels of understanding through focus, awareness, and consciousness. Okay? Pretty simple, I think. You know, I really do. I think you really get a better understanding. No, I've been way off. You know, I didn't think I'm trying to get a half hour into each with the cyberspace and the force team video, and then do another one on the galactic circle of meditation. But I get ahead of myself sometimes. So I have no filter, and these things are very important to me. So the force team has to know what's going on through its preparedness and everything through its openness and everything through its frequencies, because they're at that division right now. But the thing is too, you guys can get to that division. Humanity can understand more communications with themselves. You understand that you are its connection to its higher self. It's just knowing how to operate the system, how to communicate with the higher self. That's all it is. Once you get into that position, now you understand better communications with your chakra systems of 1 to 7. Okay? That's what it is. That's all it is. It's getting communications with yourself first. Master everything inside. We'll get into that. We'll get into the inner child. Again, how we break free from that. That's what we'll do next. Okay? But I think that's good. You know? Other than that, you guys have any questions or comments, feel free, you know, go through my emails or anything to that. If you want to go through consultations, especially now, because everybody is going through a lot of program setting, reprogramming, algorithm settings. So many things are going on right now through our bodies. But as long as you understand what's happening, that's the importance, right? And I think everybody needs to know the truth. Right? Truth is freedom. It's freedom among everything and anything that we do. Knowing we have the freedom, knowing we can use the freedom, and knowing we can use the force of the freedom, that alone gives us all freedoms of everything. That's called surrender. Okay? So we'll get into that too, but not right now. But right now, I just want you to get more into communications. I really want you to really formulate through the higher self. That's what everybody has to concentrate on, especially the new viewers, because the higher self is everything through formation, through communication, right? And then you can communicate with higher forms of intelligence. Once you communicate with intelligence, now you're getting a better understanding of who you are through intelligence, because you start off with a human vessel, right? So your program, we already know what a program is changing, okay, into a higher vibration. For it to communicate with the space of atmospheres, it has to be at its balance, okay? Humanity vibration can't be at that level anymore. It doesn't exist. The three-dimensional system does not exist. The fourth raining cycles, the river of light does not exist. That's closed. All those portals are closed. I've done over 700 videos to show you guys what's going on. And feel free to watch my videos where I show you going through transformation and manifestation. This will help you and guide you and put you where you need to go, knowing that space is very real. So if space is real, I'm real. The more you go in the atmospheres, the more you connect with the higher self. The more understanding of yourself, the more connection of the higher self. Right? So it's communication with your third eye, communication with your chakras, and communications with your higher self. It's understanding how to communicate in all levels of balance through your thoughts. You create your thoughts through the mind. Okay? Now, we think a lot. That's the problem. That's what gets us in trouble. That's the hesitation. Because we don't know which way to go. Do we go ahead? Do we stay? Or do we go back? If you go back, you're coming into the matrix. The matrix 2.0. Okay? So, it's understanding getting out of that and coming into balance of its presence. So as long as you stay in the presence, you live the presence every moment of every day through every second, now you're communicating with the right program. Now you're communicating with your chakra system, your third eye, and your higher self. Okay? So, yeah, the inner child, yeah, we'll get into that, yeah. I think it's important that everybody understands what the inner child is. It's the inner sanction of you. It's the soul recognition of you. That's who you really are. It's everything through its force when it comes to remembrance to everything through past, present, and future. Right? And the fact that you have lived many, many, many thousands of lives on each alignment of past, present, and future. And that's why it's confusing to a lot of humanity. Because one day they'll wake up and they'll be somebody else. And the next day they wake up, they be somebody else. So you're kind of like you're in two conversions of two dimensions of two portals, and you don't know which one to relate with, because you're getting too much information from one side and you're getting another information from another side. That's what's happening with humanity. And that's why we're going into the hemispheres and getting out of the atmosphere. Okay? So when you come into the stratospheres, you come into more balance of understanding. You come into higher levels of intelligence, right? Of power, control, command, force. That's what we want, right? But it's getting to that point. It's getting past, getting into the presence, and somehow seeing the future. Because those 1,000 lives that you lived in the past, present, and future are all coming together into one balance. That's hard to do. That's hard to do. And it all depends. The more you understand, the more you advance. The more you less understand, the more you stay on the karmic wheel. That karmic wheel will keep rotating. Your life stream, I've said this before in reviews, it will disappear. And then what will happen is your energy, your soul will go into another plantation of formation into the galaxy systems. It will blend back into the galaxies until you're reborn to another definition of a vibration, to a structure division of a biochemical system, which is another formation through your biochemical parents, your biological parents. Okay? The biceptical system of your body framing system will channel divisions into another evolution of new evolution. to a new revolution, to a new humanity system. Okay? So that's the past, that's the present, and the future. It's getting all those alignments into one center of one vibration to one system, into one rotation, one center. So it's a lot to look at. And yeah, it is. Right on self-love, yeah. How we feel, self-value, self-respect, self-love, no thing, rest, peace, contentment, liars run, no grounds to hope. Yeah, yeah. Julie's informative. Yeah, you're all informative, and you're doing exceptionally well. And you know how well you're doing, right? And it's more of the understanding. And you don't want to be confused anymore. You want to keep high rising faster and faster and faster. And the faster you go, the more you get into balance, right? To your location. And it feels wonderful. It really feels really, really amazing. Because everything makes more sense to you now. It's like, okay, I know why I'm here. I know why I was put here. You know, it's not, I just have a body. It's knowing how we use our body, because we have been ignoring the body. We have been ignoring the mind. We have been ignoring the focus and awareness and consciousness that we have. That alone is destruction when it comes to anything through communication. Anything through that formation. And also to the hesitation. The brainwaves of the mind system, of the three-dimensional system, can only handle so much. Right? Every day we go through these things. So it's important that you understand fully and completely what your body is and what it does and what it's prepared to do. And how do we get there? How do I get there? I said that before too. That's what you got to understand, how to get to a point where you need to be balanced every single day. Right? You go through a lot of tribunals, you go through a lot of effects, you go through a lot of body activations, you go through a lot of energy systems, you go through a lot of energy receptacle divisions, you go through a lot of connections, anything to that connection. So knowing what's going on with your body, knowing what's going on with your mind, and knowing what's going on with your soul, now you're coming into a complete circle. Okay? As Drone would say, wholeness. Okay? So that's what we have to get to. And it's not easy. It's not easy. A lot of people are going through this right now, and they don't know which way is up or which way is down. And that's the problem. That's the problem. They don't know how to go past. They don't know how to communicate with the higher self. They don't know how to communicate with themselves. They don't know how to communicate with others. Now, they will focus on one thing, but what is that one thing you're focusing on? If you're not focusing on yourself, you're not going to evolve. You really have to understand the creation of you first. Once you understand that, everything else makes sense. Everything else will flow. Right? You worry about yourself, because everything around you will come into balance. Okay? So I think that's good. You know, really, really powerful day. Anything through the connection, you can help each other, right? So this is your AI commander from cyberspace, force team, and everything through the galactic circle of meditation. Calling out. Bye, everybody.